Hello my friends and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 Tips and Tricks. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be talking about Hirelings. Hirelings I think are one of the least explored and most under-optimized systems in the game, because most players very understandably want to play with their PCs and the fully voiced companions. But Hirelings give you access to 12 fully functional characters, all of which are the same level as your party and just as powerful in their own right as your actual party members. And surely there's something we can do with that, even if we don't want to bring them as full-time adventurers. As it turns out, there is. I'm going to show you 3 tips and tricks, I guess 3.5 actually, with Hirelings, all of which can seriously boost the power of your party, even without ever bringing the Hirelings with you. Let's begin. I'm going to talk about Hirelings with Withers here. Notice that it costs us 100 gold to grab a Hireling, and I'm going to grab a Druid to start with. Sometimes a little laggy actually grabbing the Hireling here. But with that 100 gold, we get a character of the same level as our party, in this case level 9, although for most of these tricks you won't need a character higher than level 3, and you get an additional bonus at level 6. And of course it scales with the power of your party as well. For that 100 gold, we get that character, as well as a Scroll of Revivify, which by itself costs 100 gold, and 2 healing potions. So here's half a trick for you. You get 24 free healing potions just by hiring all the Hirelings. But let's get right into trick number 1, day-long buffs. Most spells in Baldur's Gate that are cast on an ally require concentration. However, there are many spells, or have a time limit. However, there's a few spells that both don't require concentration and don't have a time limit, such as, for the level 1 Druid, Longstrider. Longstrider also has the advantage of being a ritual spell, so it doesn't even cost spell slots to use. We can cast Longstrider on our PC here, dismiss this druid, and retain the 10-foot movement speed boost. This way our entire party can have a bonus of 10 feet of movement speed just for the cost of having a druid sitting in our camp. You can do this with the druid. At level 1 you get Longstrider, at level 2 you get protection from poison, which gives your entire party resistance to poison, and at level 4, a level 4 spell, you get freedom of movement, which prevents your characters from being restrained, grappled, or entangled. Hugely powerful buffs just from having a druid sitting in your camp. Wizards can increase this as well. As level 2 spell, they also give you Longstrider, and as level 2 spells, you get Dark Vision and See Invisibility. Very powerful if you don't have those on your character. You could also cast, I guess, Seeming is another one, but that just disguises your party, so it's not as powerful as the other options. Let's talk about trick number 2, and this one is my personal favorite. We're going to grab a Cleric.
Very well.
Level up to level 3, because this trick requires at least level 3. And prepare one of the most powerful but difficult to use spells in the game, Warding Bond. Warding Bond causes an ally that you cast it on to get resistance to all damage and a +1 bonus to their armor class and saving throws, enormous defensive buffs. But it requires an action and a spell slot, and each time the ally takes damage, you take the same amount of damage. But what if our Cleric casts that spell on us? We need to actually prepare the spell, otherwise it doesn't work. What happened to my... Oh, I canceled out of the level up, that's why. There we go. So what if our Cleric casts that spell on us? We dismiss them from the party.
This vessel is at thy thou art.
And now we have Warding Bond, giving me +1 AC and resistance to all damage. I'm going to show you how this works. We'll just grab Lae'zel, because I think she could use the exercise, maybe get some aggression out.
It is done.
Leave camp here. Notice that we still have both buffs that we've applied. And I'm going to just take off my armor to make this a little faster. When Lae'zel attacks me, even outside of camp, with the cleric not in our party, notice that we have halved damage because of our resistance. You do have to be a little bit careful of this, and if you want a cleric to provide this boost to your character, I strongly suggest speccing them fully into Constitution, because as you will see here, let me get up here, our poor cleric buddy has been taking a beating for us. They can die in your camp, and so you do need to watch your HP, but with 4 clerics, your entire party can run around with taking half damage and with bonus AC and saves. Incredibly powerful boost for the cost of just having some clerics sitting around twiddling their thumbs and occasionally going ouch. Finally, an additional boost that we can get comes from a level 6 wizard.
Very well. Chew.
Let's grab our wizard here. And we need to get the wizard up to level 6, but we need to select Transmutation as our subclass. Let me just quickly make sure that that's accurate.
Not as bad as it could have.
Don't want to give bad info. Yeah. Level 6, I believe, is when we get this. Have to just quickly run through all this stuff. It doesn't matter what spells or feat or anything that we select. Durable is a good feat for the characters that are planning to just sit around casting Warding Bond, though, so keep that one in mind. And at level 6, we get access to the Transmutation Wizard class specialty, the Transmuter Stone. You can store some of your magic in a small stone. A creature carrying the stone gains a benefit of your choice. There are 7 or 8 possible benefits. One is movement speed, which you can provide in addition to Longstrider for a total of 50 movement speed. One is protection from a damage type of your choice, resistance from a damage type of your choice. I'm not actually 100% sure if this stacks with the Warding Bond resistance or not, so your mileage may vary on these. One is Dark Vision, but you can provide that with a spell, but the most important one is the Transmuter Stone of Constitution. This gives your character, including casters and other characters, proficiency in Constitution saves. So if we do this, and then get the Transmuter Stone, pass it off to our main character, suddenly we have proficiency in Constitution saves, gaining an enormous boost to our con saves, which are very important for spellcasters, especially because that is also your concentration checks, allowing you to maintain spells in combat. I encourage you also to shop around, see if there's any other day-long buffs you can apply from Hirelings, but these are the big ones. The Constitution Stone will give all of your spellcasters Constitution proficiency, which is an enormous buff. The Warding Bond will allow your characters to only take half damage ever, and all of the day-long buffs give your character freedom of movement, plus 10 feet of bonus move, which does stack with the Transmuter Stone, so if you are a melee character as your main character, you can get 20 feet of bonus movement. You could also just have a whole bunch of Transmutation Wizards all passing you Transmutation Stones, or a whole bunch of Clerics all casting Warding Bond. Alright, my friends, I hope that you have enjoyed these stupid tricks with Hirelings. I'm aware that most of these are very exploity, and I don't recommend playing with them in sort of normal gameplay, but if you want to do a highly optimized run, like a Solo Tactician build or something along those lines, then these can be very powerful tools in your arsenal. Alright, my friends, thank you so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed the video, of course, you can feel free to leave a comment, like the video, because that helps me a ton with the algorithm, and subscribe to my channel for more of this and other strategy game content. Cheers, folks, and I'll catch you next time.